Hey guys, I'm Andy and welcome to the Iron Empire. This week I've hijacked the channel to do some paint repairs on my daily driver, a Might AU Fairlane.
So this week we're down at Jake's shop yet again, as usual, but this time we've got Andy down here with her daily, which is a 5 litre AU Fairlane, and it's had a few little things that we've needed to get addressed on it since we bought it, and we've never got around to it. So today's the day. Andy's getting stuck into this, and she's going to do this whole job on her own. So the very first step is buzzing back this panel. So yeah, so this is the repair, and it's where the paint has delaminated from the plastic, and judging by the plastic behind, it looks like it's been painted before, so bad preparation. So we're now going to address this and blow in a bit of colour so it looks all neat and tidy. What we're going to do today?
We're going to get rid of all this loose paint with 80 grit, and then we're going to go over it with 120 to make it a bit smoother.
Potentially, but yeah. First step's 80 grit.
To get rid of everything flaking and loose paint.
Yep.
So it's got a smooth base for the primer to sit.
And how far do we go?
To see how far it lifts, probably to here.
Okay, so we want to feather it out.
Yeah.
Andy's now going to take this section up, obviously try and limit the amount of crap going in the boot, and then start buzzing. All right, so while we wait for the rear to harden up, we're going to move on to the front. This front bar is nowhere near as bad. This has just got some paint fade, like clear coat peel, I should say. So we're going to start by blowing all the clear coat off that wants to come off, and then we go around and feather all the edges. Once they're feathered, we're going to seal it in, ready for some colour. All right, so you see, we've done a little bit of a blend in the front with the paint that we've mixed up. It's not right, but it'll make the car look neater for now, because we couldn't find the paint that we had mixed up for the car, but we'll readdress that later. But for now, it's going to be all sealed in. We used a little bit of clear coat just to seal that bumper in first, until we can address it a bit later. Now I'm going to get on with some blocking in the back here, block this bumper filler out, get it smooth, and then get some sealer on this too. And what's the method here?
45 degrees.
And then
The other way.
Nice. Just quickly, guys, we're going to talk merch. Now, following up last week's post on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, I've done a poll to see what designs people want rerun, and it was out of Build It, Break It, Fix It, or Bleeding Knuckles Forever. And turns out Bleeding Knuckles Forever was the winner, but there was still a lot of love for Build It, Break It, Fix It, my first design that was anything beyond just the original logo. And I also got a lot of interest for both. People wanting both. So you know what? We're gonna do both merch runs yet again, both designs. We're gonna do them on a t-shirt. They're both gonna be with a pocket print on the front and a large circle print on the rear. And they're gonna be available on the online store as a pre-order only. The reason I'm doing a pre-order is it is super hard to guess sizes and quantities that people are after. So I'm just gonna simply put it up as a pre-order as of right now. The pre-order is going to run for 2 weeks only. So if you're keen, jump on and get one or both of these t-shirts. If you want both, there will be a special. So you can buy them as a pack and you'll get a discount if you do that. Once again, thanks for the support for anyone who has picked up any merch. Don't forget, you can check out the online store. There's plenty of stuff that is already on the store and ready to be shipped right now. Let's get stuck back to the video. All right, so here we are 1 month later, and what are we doing today?
Painting.
We're painting over the primed areas, which of course we used a bit of colour we made up on the day and some clear to lock it in. The car looks pretty neat for the time being. At least it didn't look like it had grey primer patches on it. We couldn't find the paint we had previously matched, so we got another lot of paint matched up from the boys down at the paint shop at Body Shop Paint Supplies. And now it's just a matter of rubbing it all back with a soft back pad, which is equivalent to around a 600 grit paper, and yeah, mask it all up. So now we can lay some proper colour and some clear. And Andrea's going to do the whole lot. So in most cases when painting 2-pack, you want to mask the whole car with like a plastic film because 2-pack does land and stick to everything. But in this case, we're going to be painting pretty low pressure. We've just got a few little spot areas to do, and we're going to eventually polish the whole car anyway. So we're not going to do that just to save a bit of time. But we are pretty much ready to go. Now it's just all up to Andrea. So Andy's just been buffing up these headlights, and I've noticed that it's really common for these headlights to go super dull. The plastic actually breaks down, and they really need to be sanded back and polished, or sanded back and clear coated. But we're just giving them a buff for now, just to sort of give them a lift. But I've actually realized that a lot of the dullness is condensation inside the headlight. So this one over here, you'll see, is a lot crisper. We hit that side with the heat gun, which made all the condensation evaporate. But you'll see on this side, the left-hand side has still got a lot of condensation in it, which is dulling them right off. If anyone has any tips on what to do to fix this, would love to hear in the comments below. Because this is one of those things that sort of really brings the car down, these headlights looking shocking. Alternatively, we're going to have to just look for some new headlights or good second-hand ones. So yeah, we'll just keep polishing these up, and that's going to be pretty much it for this time around. Okay guys, so now back up in my shed. This has taken a couple months to get to where we are now. We've just sort of been working on this thing, dribs and drabs, an afternoon here, an afternoon there. And we were gonna sort of finish off this video with polishing this car. It's the first afternoon we've had free for months. And to be honest with you,
pretty battered.
We're rooted. So we're not even gonna bother. We've just given
lazy wax.
Yeah, just some lazy wax. We've given it a detail and polished up the headlights, and just given it a routine clean, really. And that's going to be a wrap on this time around, because as mentioned in previous episodes, we've had a lot going on behind the scenes. We have been advertising a few cars and trying to move on a bit of stock. And the reason being is that finally we can now say it's all because Andy has now purchased a little shack up in the Murray River, and we're working really hard towards trying to raise the funds for that. And then now, in the last month or so, we've been flat out. Every sort of spare day we have has been up the shack, sort of working on that and trying to turn that into a little B&B that Andy's going to then run. So I released a video last week of the first episode of Andy's new channel, More Than a House. So yeah, jump onto Andy's channel and follow that journey and see how we handle the home reno skills, if they're any better than our car building skills. And yeah, so that's going to be a wrap on this episode for now.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And check out Mark's online store.
Cheers, guys. One last thing before we go. I just realised that this is the first time you've had both your cars, the daily driver and the little Tirana, Andy's first car, in the same room together.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Mind you, Andy used to drive a very nice G6E FG Falcon. And what did you want?
An AU Fairlane.
Her choice, AU Fairlane, but it had to be a 5 litre on gas. She's
If you've ever had an AU, you will understand why there's nothing better than an AU.
She's literally a 60-year-old man in a 30-year-old body. But if you haven't, and also, you seem to like the cars that are like, people love to hate.
Yeah.
The UC,
hates, yeah.
the UC Tirana and the AU, but you love them.
Do I have bad taste?
Nah, I think you don't, because these are both very cool cars. If you haven't already, check out the build series on the Tirana. We restored that car. It's not quite finished, but it's more or less there. There'll be another video coming up soon on that as well. So yeah, there's been a lot going on the channel with Andy's stuff. Maybe one day we'll get stuck into my stuff again. Cheers, guys.